In a small village tucked between the rolling hills and winding rivers of Igboland, there lived a girl named Cheniere. From the moment she could walk, everyone noticed her, but not in the way you might hope for a child. Cheniere had eyes that seemed too wide for her face, a crooked smile, and skin freckled by the sun in unusual patterns. Villagers whispered when she passed, and children often ran away, thinking her strange. Yet, Cheniere carried herself differently. She walked with a kind of quiet confidence that puzzled many. She did not care what others thought about her looks. One morning, as the market came alive with traders shouting over fresh yams and palm oil, Cheniere walked through the crowded paths. People stared, some snickered. One woman muttered, "See that girl? How can anyone look at her and not laugh?" But Cheniere smiled, not a forced smile, nor one hiding sadness, but a smile that seemed to carry the sun itself. And in that moment, the whispers faded from her ears. Cheniere's secret wasn't magic or spells. It was her heart. She loved everything and everyone. The trees, the goats, the old man who sold kola nuts at the corner of the village, even the stubborn river that flooded every rainy season. She believed that kindness, courage, and intelligence were the true marks of beauty. One day, the village announced a festival to honor Ani, the earth goddess. The festival was famous for its contests, storytelling, singing, weaving, and the most anticipated of all, the beauty walk. Every girl in the village, young and old, would participate, hoping to win Ani's favor. Cheniere's friends whispered, "Why would you enter? You'll just embarrass yourself." But Cheniere laughed, shaking her head. "I don't enter to be seen as beautiful, I enter to show who I am." The day of the festival arrived. The sun blazed down on the village square, and colorful banners danced in the wind. Girls from all around wore fine fabrics and sparkling beads. The crowd gasped at their beauty. When Cheniere stepped onto the stage, a hush fell over the audience. She didn't have shimmering beads or a perfect face. She had herself. Her confidence radiated. Her voice rang clear as she spoke to Ani about the earth, the river, and the people of her village. She laughed freely, helped an elder tie his wrapper, and comforted a frightened child who had lost her way. By the time she finished, the crowd was silent. No one laughed, but admiration? That was something entirely new. And yet, not everyone believed. There was one girl, Adiz, the prettiest girl in the village, who whispered to her friends, "This is ridiculous. The festival is about beauty, and that creature just smiled too much." Cheniere felt their eyes, but she did not falter. She knew that true beauty is not about who stares at you, but who you are when no one is watching.
That evening, the judges, wise women chosen for their experience, wisdom, and kindness, convened to decide the winner. The debate was heated. Some spoke of Adiz's flawless skin and symmetrical features. Others remembered the girl who had healed, comforted, and inspired with her words and deeds. As the night fell, lanterns flickering like stars, the head judge rose. Her voice echoed across the village square. "Beauty is not the shape of the face, nor the color of the skin. Beauty is courage. Beauty is love. Beauty is kindness." And this year, Ani smiles upon Cheniere. The crowd erupted. Cheniere's heart soared, but she remained humble, bowing to the village elders and the goddess she revered. That night, under the starlit sky, Cheniere realized something she had always known. The world might see your face first, but your heart is what lasts forever. But not everyone was ready to accept this truth. Some envied her, others doubted her. And in the shadows of the festival's celebration, a plan was forming, one that would test Cheniere's confidence, her heart, and her belief in what it truly meant to be beautiful. The festival was over, but the whispers in the village didn't end. Some villagers still clung to their old ideas. Beauty was in the face, in the smooth skin, in the sparkling beads. Cheniere knew better, but even she could feel the weight of their judgment pressing on her shoulders. A few days after the festival, news came that a traveling merchant was passing through the village. He promised a grand contest of skill, courage, and wisdom, with a reward so great it could change a family's life forever. Adiz, still bitter from losing the festival, saw this as her chance to prove herself. She laughed when Chenier expressed interest. What can you possibly do to win? This contest isn't about hearts, it's about talent and appearance. Maybe leave it to someone normal. But Chenier only smiled. I'll go. I trust my heart to guide me. The contest began at the edge of the river that curved like a silver snake through the village. The first challenge was strength and agility. Contestants had to carry heavy baskets of yams, climb slippery rocks, and balance across logs over the rushing water. Many stumbled, but Chenier's determination never wavered. She encouraged others who fell, helping them up with a laugh and kind words. The next challenge tested intelligence and problem-solving. The merchant laid out riddles and puzzles from lands far away, while Adise tried to impress with flashy answers. Chenier thought carefully, listened, and used her knowledge of nature, the stars, and the river to find the solutions. Finally came the last challenge, the test of character. The merchant placed a blind child in the middle of the path and asked the contestants to help them cross safely. Many rushed ahead, trying to reach the finish line first, ignoring the child's cries.
Chenier stopped. She knelt beside the child, listening to their fears, calming them, and guiding them gently step by step. She didn't care about the prize, the fame, or the envy around her. She cared about the child. When they reached the other side safely, the merchant's eyes glistened with tears. I have seen many beautiful faces in my travels, but few hearts as radiant as yours, girl. You have shown me that beauty is not in the eyes, but in the soul. The villagers who had followed the contest watched in awe. Adise, flushed with anger and shame, could only bow her head. Chenier had won, not because of her looks, but because her confidence, courage, and compassion shone brighter than any jewel or golden ornament. From that day on, Chenier's name became a legend in the village. Mothers told their daughters her story, and children whispered it among themselves. Beauty is not the mirror you look into. Beauty is the love and kindness you give. And Chenier, she continued to live her life with laughter, courage, and generosity. She built friendships, healed old grudges, and inspired the next generation to see the world differently. She never sought approval for her face, only for the strength of her heart. One evening, as the sun dipped behind the hills and painted the village in gold, Chenier stood by the river and looked at her reflection. It wasn't the face that made her smile. It was everything she had done, everyone she had touched, and the knowledge that true beauty cannot be bought, borrowed, or hidden. It lives inside you, and it shines when you let it. And so, the tale of Chenier, the girl who was considered ugly by the world but radiant in spirit, became a story whispered from one generation to the next, reminding all who heard it that beauty is in the heart, not the mirror.